The NFL draft is complete. The Alpha Dynasty draft is well underway. And the Charlie Dynasty League has only 5 empty spots left. All this and more in 20 seconds. Hey, fellow fanatics, welcome to the Fanatically Real broadcast sponsored by Football Darts and Fantasy Sports Alliance. First, we'd like to thank our broadcast sponsor, Football Darts. Football Darts is a dart game that combines the skill of traditional darts with the strategies of American football. This innovative dart game is played on a uniquely designed, multiple-target dartboard. Unlike traditional British darts, American football darts is a game that combines both the skill of darts and the strategies of football. It can be played in sports bars, at tailgate events, at league tournaments, or as a leisure activity in the comfort of your home. If you'd like to check out their officially licensed collegiate dartboards, go to footballdarts.com. They say an empty wagon makes a lot of noise. Listen to our partners Josh, Eric, and Brad talk fantasy football on their podcast, the Empty Wagon Fantasy Football Podcast. They are your one-stop shop for fantasy football information and news. The guys talk rankings and projections with a whole lot of comedy. This week, they did 2 shows where they recapped the NFL draft. If you were expecting me to do that tonight and recap anything with the NFL draft, it ain't going to happen. These guys already killed it. I want you to go out and listen to their takes and their insights. They have amazing football minds. Please go give them a listen. Find them wherever you listen to your podcasts and subscribe to the Empty Wagon Fantasy Football Podcast. Also follow them on all of their social media. They can be found at Empty Wagon FF. If you like tonight's show, please like, share, and subscribe to the show and follow us on all of our social media outlets you see here. All right, let's do a membership count right now. We are currently at 29 in the redraft. Alpha is full, and they are currently drafting, as we just said a couple minutes ago. The Dynasty Bravo League is full, and they will be drafting next Monday on 4 May. But before then, we're going to do their draft selection show this Saturday on 2 May at 3 p.m. East Coast time. We will be live. Excuse me. We will be live whenever we do that, so make sure you jump on Facebook Live and watch that. I know the Bravo guys will be there for sure. And we did have so much interest in a 3rd Dynasty League that we decided to start a Charlie League, and we are currently at 7 of 12 for that league. So if you know of anybody who might be interested in playing Dynasty football this year, please let them know that we have a couple more spots available. I've got 2 more guys on hook right now that want to jump in there, trying to get them convinced to sign up. It is going to be a first come, first serve for these next 5. With the first pick in the Bravo League, the Bridgeport, Connecticut Jets select Sammy Darts Darnold. You go ahead and do that, Louie. Hey, and then I know we just got to mention it right at the top of this membership count when we said that we're at 29 in the redraft league. Don't forget about the redraft league. The plan is to fill that with 8 regions of 12 teams each. That's 96 teams. I know that we are notorious in FSA for signing up really, really late, but we are, again, in this league on the redraft side, going to do first come, first serve, so make sure you don't miss your spot this year. Alpha Draft. It is well underway. I took this screenshot you are about to see at 8 o'clock this evening. We have made it through 11 rounds of the 28 rounds. Hopefully you can see that okay. If not, go ahead and pause it, or watch the replay of this and pause it and take a peek at some of those looks. For those of you who have never played on MFL before, what you're seeing is some empty spots there. Those empty spots are there because people have traded away draft picks either this year or next year, 2021, in the 4-round rookie draft that we will be having. So that's why you see some craziness that's going on there. But some highlights that I'm going to go over real quick. I will go and kind of talk about the first of each position that went off the board and where they went, but I'm not going to do a full recap of this. We have had a couple of guys that are out there in the FSA League with us, Damian and Kevin, who have been doing amazing write-ups for this draft so far. For the first, I think we're through 3 or 4 rounds now. Damian, let me know how far we are. That we're going to post in a couple of, well, probably when this draft is done. I'd say probably no later than next weekend. I think we should be done. I don't want them to exhaust themselves by doing every round. It was something Matt Kroll came up with, and these guys just jumped right at it. It just proves to me even more how great of a community that we are, that they're doing this for me. And we're going to put this up there for you guys to see their analysis of everybody at each draft, just to add to the realism of what we do here at FSA. And I can't wait for you guys to see it. It's been really, really cool to watch their stuff come in every pick and every round so far. So hopefully you all got a good look at that. What we're going to talk about is the number 1 quarterback, running back, and wide receiver and tight end that went off the board. Of course, Patrick Mahomes, number 1 overall pick in the entire draft. Christian McCaffrey going number 2 to the Salt Lake Stallions, the number 1 running back off the board. To the Memphis Maniacs, number 1 wide receiver off the board, Michael Thomas. And then still, even in the first round, our number 1 tight end went off the board, George Kittle, going to the Las Vegas Outlaws. So number 1s all around for each one of those positions. We weren't going to talk about any NFL news tonight because there really hadn't been any NFL news other than the NFL draft going on, except for a couple of hours ago, the Bengals released quarterback Andy Dalton. Pretty big news there. A lot of speculation on where he's going to end up. If you have an idea of where you think he might end up, drop it in messages right now. It'd be really cool to see what you guys think where he might end up going. I think a lot of us have a general consensus of where we think he's going to go, because there's a particular team in the NFL seems to like to try to grab all of the old veterans from the Bengals and put them on their team. So possibility he might end up there. Don't forget, we do have a YouTube channel. So what's going to happen is when we get into the season, when we get ready to do the draft selection shows for all of the regional redrafts, we're going to do that live here on Facebook. And then they will no longer stay live or stay here on Facebook anymore. Everything is going to go over to YouTube if you want to watch a replay of it. So if you don't get a chance to tune in at 8:30 on Wednesday nights, make sure you go over to YouTube and watch the replay of it, because that's where it's going to be. And like I just said, if you have not already gone over there and subscribed, please go over there and do that. Okay, Louie's question is, do you get alerts on your phone when it's your turn to draft, or do you have to keep checking? So there is an option on the MFL site, Louie, where you can turn it on where it will email you. You can set it up to email you for every pick or just your picks. I believe, just like I had it for Alpha, I have it turned on all of your profiles right now. But before you guys start drafting on Monday, I will make sure that it is turned on. Then you guys can go in on your own if you want and shut that off. But right now, yes. Hey, our next broadcast is going to be this Saturday. It's not going to be our regularly scheduled. I want to put that word on a piece of paper. If anybody remembers In Living Color, you know what I'm talking about. Or was it Saturday night? No, it wasn't Saturday Night Live. Mad TV. Maybe it was Mad TV where they would put the piece of paper up, said regularly. So it won't be our normal Wednesday broadcast. We are going to broadcast on Saturday as we do the draft selection show for the Bravo League on Saturday, 3 o'clock East Coast time. So make sure you're here for that. And then we will be back on Wednesday at our normal time. At that point, we're going to have probably about 6 rounds worth of the Bravo draft done, if what we've been doing so far has held up. And we probably will only have, or the pace that we've been going in the Alpha League, and we'll probably be down to like round 20 or 21 at that point, I would think, in the Alpha League as well. And we'll go over both of those on next week's show. So make sure you're here for that. That will be on 6 May. Hey, I want to thank, since Josh is here, Brandon is here, MJ is here, I would like to thank all of our sponsors that are with us here in the 2020 season. We got Finger Lake Mercantiles, which is Brandon Gums is out there right now, that made this amazing dog tag for me with Walter on it. And I know with the light, that's probably very hard to see right there. There we go, a little bit better. It's got the FSA logo on it. If you would like something like this, or you would like a set of coasters with your brand on it, reach out to Brandon, please, and tell him that you would like to get something ordered. Thank you to Nature Coast Tailgating. They are sponsoring our World Championship Bowl game this year. Thank you to Southern Siren Sugar Scrub. They are going to be sponsoring a bowl game for us as well. Football Darts, who is our broadcast sponsor. Hopefully soon we will have a Walter board hanging on either side of my head up here that Jonathan Davies is working on for me. To Brandon Prince from Deep South Creations. He just presented a brand new product out there on his social media today. It's a really cool hat rack. I'm thinking about, I don't know how big this thing would need to be to fit all of my hats that I have around here. But I don't think it would fit in this room, but I'm still going to reach out to Brandon and probably get a couple of those so I can have some of my favorite hats hanging on the wall around me. And then, of course, thank you to the Recast, which are the official music of FSA, and you got to hear them at the intro. MJ just put her link up there for her Etsy shop to be able to go out and grab her Southern Siren Sugar Scrubs. She has more than just a sugar scrub product, so make sure you go out and see what she's got, especially with Mother's Day getting ready to come up. She has great stuff, so make sure you go and check that out. Thank you for sticking with me for this entire show, even at the beginning and then and continuing on tonight. We really appreciate you. If you liked the show tonight, make sure you go out and like and share on Facebook. Make sure you go out and like and subscribe on YouTube, and we would very much appreciate it. We will be back on Saturday for Bravo's their draft show. I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, Brandon's been putting all of our links up on the post-process editing too. So you guys are getting to see one version of the show here. If you would like to see a post-edited show, definitely go over to YouTube and see what Brandon does to it, especially some of the earlier shows. Find the one where I'm live in the bathroom from New Mexico or Arizona, which I think was a couple of years ago. And you're going to see some great post-editing from Brandon on that one. That was a great one. Jason says, what time on Saturday? This is Jason Trumbley asking. It will be 3 p.m. East Coast time. That's when we'll be doing the draft selection show live. If you have not seen what that looks like, go out on YouTube or here on Facebook and scroll a little bit and look for the Alpha Dynasty draft selection show so you can see kind of what Bravo is going to look like. You all have a great night. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we will see you on Saturday. Have a good night, Alliance.